Hi guys, Cindy here. So it's nail day. I got my nails cleaned off and ready to put on a new set. I just took the other ones off with the little stick. These are what we're going to use today. No sense in me asking because y'all can't talk back. Okay, these are called Cute in Person. And I got these off Dashing Diva website. Those green ones came off Monday night. I just couldn't take them. I wasn't feeling it. They looked a whole lot better in the box than they looked on my fingers. But I did tough it out for one day. Let's see if we can do this. I just have to hold my hands up to do it. Okay, so let's get going. Here they are. Like from the Dashing Diva site. They're called Cute in Person. Let's open it up. I'm sure it's just got the regulars. These have changed their packaging. They're smaller now, you know, so that's one way you can tell the old ones from the new ones, which I've still got plenty of old ones. And I got some old ones in Ohora too. But those green ones were Ohora. I just wasn't feeling it. I don't know what. For some reason, I thought I would like them. But we'll save that other one for next year. These here are not, I don't think you could use those. Light's been hitting those. They're probably stiff and hard. And at first I thought you could. And I thought, well, that gives us 4 extra nails. And then it dawned on me that, so we have, looks like probably 2 sheets of this. And then 2 sheets of these. So we got to make them last. Some of them have hearts on them. Looks like they're magnetic. And some of them don't. And then it comes with your nail file and your little stick. Yeah, there's a stick in there, which I've got plenty of sticks. So we're going to put 2 of these back and just work with the 2 we're going to do. But even those we're going to put back in the box before we get done so that we don't cook them when we put the light on them. Okay. So let's get going. These here have got the little heart at the bottom of them. So one can have the heart. The other one I'm going to have to trim down to get the heart. And these here are the kind with just a single strip plastic. A little bit harder for me to use, but probably less money in packet and manufacturing costs. I'm going to try to make a 60-second short with this too. If you make them longer than 60 seconds, you can't use the music. So that's the reason I'm going to try to do 60 seconds. I've been making little shorts with my exercise videos, and those, you know, I'm kind of talking in those, which I talk in these too. But I might try to keep those down to 60 seconds also. Okay. And I might not make a short every day. It does take a while to take one of these long films. Or like this morning I did one where I had like 3 clips stuck together. So let's put the first one on. And I do have clear fingernail polish. On these. I thought I had another stick. Here's one. I got plenty of sticks. I threw a whole bunch of them away this week, clearing up the bathroom. Hopefully they were used ones. And the only thing I did to my nails, I didn't put any acetone or fingernail polish. There's a charge on my credit card. I'm curious what that is. I'll check it in a second. And I redid my nails on Monday night. I just, I didn't have time to record it, and I didn't know how you guys would like to in 1 week. So I just did them quickly. And they were called, I did a short on them, I believe. They were called Ballerina Blush. And they were real cute. Now this one's going to be big, but I want the heart at the bottom. So I am going to trim one side of it just a tad. Just a tad. Just to kind of shave a little bit off. Okay. So I just did just a little bit. Can't even tell hardly. Just enough for that bottom cuticle to fit. That on there. Oh, someone left a comment on one of my exercise videos. I don't know if that's the only one she saw or she saw several and thought I was just a nut from the get-go. She wanted to know if there was, on this woman talking about me, a history of mental health or if I was exercising after a stroke or something. I says, nope, I'm just fine. See, this is what I did the other day. I trimmed it down too much. You can see part of the little things, but anyway, that's just the way it is. I don't have another nail to put on here. Just have to be careful. I thought I was careful, apparently not careful enough. Try to stretch it out. Okay, that'll be okay. When I file it down, it won't be so noticeable. Okay. But my nail was kind of sticking the tip of it. So I did that last week and had to trim some of it down. And then I did it by last week, I think Monday night. And I did it again this just now. Kind of irritates me that I did that. I thought I was being so careful and it, you know. Well, it's just the tip of it. If it was dark colored, we'd have troubles. So let's do the fourth finger on each nail. We might could do hearts on those too. So this one and this one maybe. Let's get this down a little bit more. Yeah, my pinkies are going to get hard to get too long if I keep having to file them down because I've trimmed the nails, the gel nail too short. Okay. You know, these don't have to be all exactly the same. Okay, one hand, this hand, I'll just use plain without the heart. And I might use plain without the heart on the other one too. We'll see. Because we need it to try to fit the cuticle down there. I have a story when we are lighting. I'll tell you a story. So on this one, we'll do a heart. These are going to be pretty. This one here, it looks like I almost wanted to get the very tip of it. Must be something about the angle. That's the side that I always mess up on. But I didn't. So that's good. Make sure these are down good. Now then, the right hand, or the middle finger, that one we don't have a heart, so we'd like to put a heart here. I think what I'm going to do is use this hand here, and then that bigger one for the other hand. It'll have 2 hearts in a row, which is fine. It fit pretty good. There's a little bit of nail underneath it. Now, in this hand, we can have a heart or not a heart. Let's say not a heart, because we got 2 hearts in a row. Hopefully, I'm not trimming this one. Hopefully, it'll be okay. I'm going to trim it a little bit. Just the corner. Maybe this little corner too. So I can take it all the way down. It's not perfect, but if you don't trim the corners and you got rounded, a little bit more rounder fingernails, it's gonna overlap, and you're gonna have to, either that or you're gonna have to do it up high and a whole lot of your nails sticking out of the bottom. Now then, for the pointer fingers, what are we going to do? We can do a heart pointer finger here, or use, and that's kind of thin. We could use it if we had to, or we can trim the edge a little bit and use a heart finger, because that right hand's a little bit bigger. That pointer finger on the right hand's almost as big as the middle finger. go. So we're going to trim this one up a little bit so that we can use it, because that finger's a little bit more rounded. It is kind of wide, but it is a little bit more rounded. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. Just sort of take the square off the, so I go it down lower. See, we didn't do that much. Alrighty. I think I did the edge of this one too, just a tad. That's okay. We'll file it down. It won't be noticeable. And I might, these were getting kind of long anyway. We're just going to file them just like a millimeter or something. Now then, the thumbs are not going to have a heart. So I can use this little thumb, so I'm going to use this thumb on this one, and then we're going to trim this one down a little bit for the other hand. I could do it upside down, but I'm afraid the colors wouldn't be in sync. I'm supposed to be working on my project. After I finish this, if I have time, I'll do a little bit. Because hopefully our team project, one guy's supposed to submit it and do a video. Last time he said he was going to submit it and he didn't, and someone else did. But the difference with this one is whoever submits it has to make a video. I did a lot of the upfront work because I had time, but I do not want to make a video. I can if I have to, but I don't want to. So this has got a little bit of gel around the edges, but I think we're going to file that off instead of. So we're going to just shave a little dab off the corner of this one so they'll fit at the cuticles, just like we did that pointer finger. Not very much at all, just to kind of take the square off of it. I'm really not even taking anything off the width of the nail, see? I just sort of took the edge off a little bit. Hopefully that'll be good enough. It'll fit. That way we can take the nail all the way down to the bottom and not try to lift it up and guess how far you have to lift it. Make sure it's down good. So cut the tip off. This nail doesn't seem to be as long as the other one on the other hand. It looks long to me, but then I have to cut more off. So obviously it's not, and all these nails are the same height. You can tell by looking at them. A little bit more. We're going to make sure they're all pushed down real good. In addition to having to cut more off the tip of this, I think it went down further than this one. I see a little bit of nail at the bottom of this one. But you don't want it on the cuticles. It's better to have a little nail showing than to have it on the cuticles. Okay, where's our gloves? Get a drink. Put these up so we don't cook them. We might need them. We might need extra makeup nail this week or something. That does happen every now and then. One will pop off or one will get nicked. I'm trying to get these in right now. So we got pink and purple. Pink is actually, I like both pink and purple. I think pink is my all-time favorite color. Got my gloves on wrong hand, but that's okay. They're kind of uni-hand. It's just where the label went. Okay, so story time. So I was going to tell you, my friend, I went and did her little nails. Put on some little color street strips, which I hate those things, but that's what she's got. Her sister's sells them. I think she's still selling them, but I don't think she really sells. I think she needs to get at them because I used to do color street before these came along, and I'm the only one that bought any. I would give some away, and people would buy them for a discount, but I never, I just spent a ton of money. And back in the beginning they were the best, but now we've got Dashing Diva and other brands that are better. And they say they're real polished, but it doesn't matter. But anyway, so she asked how they done. They had a terrible week, rough week, hard week. I says, oh, what happened? What'd you do? And she said that her husband had been gone to Walmart, and he had been running errands. He'd been doing whatever he does. He's retired. I think he gets bored at the house and goes out and does stuff. But he had stopped at Walmart just to get a bag of chips, and she had just given him $100 because he said he was tired of not having any cash. Well, that's probably was a mistake because he went to like the self-checkout, and he's in his 90s. He doesn't want anyone to know his age, but I Googled him just because I thought this is ridiculous. Won't tell your age. And so he's in his 90s, but he looks real healthy on the outside. If you used to look at him, he doesn't look really frail like a lot of 90-year-olds was. And one time I showed her the page, and she says, oh, he wasn't born in that year. He's not 90. And I thought, well, maybe he's 91. I don't know what the big deal is. But anyway, even at church, his daughter brought his cookies for everyone for his birthday. And even the preacher said he's 190. So even he doesn't know. It's all just a big secret. And anyway, so while he was checking out, he was fumbling around with this cash. He didn't know where to get the thing. And so, he was just a dead giveaway for easy target. And some guy come and kind of bumped into him, a scruffy looking guy, and then another one bumped into him from a different direction and said, oh, I didn't see you there. So he got bumped twice. He didn't think nothing of it. They picked his pockets, what they did. But he got home, and it was Wednesday night, so they were going to church. And I don't go to church. We don't do stuff at night. So I didn't go to church Wednesday night, which I don't, like I said, we don't do stuff at night anymore. And so they called around and everything. But when she said the story to me, I thought, yeah, that got it. And when I told my husband, I come home and told him, he said that he was a pickpocket. But anyway, so fortunately, they hadn't used any credit cards or anything, but he had his driver's license, his chauffeur's license, his Medicare card. And then he was helping out a friend of his. And so he had his friend's information in there too. So he had to call him and tell him what had happened. But, I guess he wanted to, at the self-checkout, I mean, you need cards if you're going to do that. But he was fumbling around with it, probably was there a long time. So these criminals, they had plenty of opportunity to spot him out as an easy mark. Didn't know where to get the change, and who knows, he's probably asking people and stuff. I don't know. But anyway, his wallet is gone. And so they've had to go cancel their credit cards, and they're always doing stuff like that. And like I said, wasn't it just a year ago that you had to do all that stuff? Yeah, she's less than a year. So that was by no means the first time. They'll like get telephone scams and let people on their computer and, stuff like that. And so anyway, this is the first time anyone ever physically took it for him. The rest of the time it was all, over the internet or something that, they let they'll call you and say, we're from Microsoft support. We found a problem with your PC. You need to let us in. And she did. She went and logged on and gave them the information they needed to get on and everything. And then, I think when she was done, she realized what she was done, but the damage had been done. And so this is probably at least the third time they've had to cancel all their credit cards, or at least one. But this time they had to cancel everything. She said there's one there's leaving open because they have a bill that comes through and they don't want it to bounce and the company get mad. So I think we've probably done these enough. Let me give one more little bit to this hand. Then we will file them. Okay, so let's go ahead and file these real quick. For your ASMR people, I guess I need to get me a microphone. That would pick up these sounds a lot better. Plus, whenever I make my presentations for my class, they say, you need to use a microphone. Don't use the speaker on the computer. Well, I got news. Unless I get a microphone when I do mine this week, it's going to be the speaker on my computer. Okay, so we had our story time. Now we got our ASMR. Just a little bit for everyone. I know I won't get tired of these. Those green, I was sick of those as soon as I put them on. I thought, these aren't that pretty. And remember, the next day, I tried to doctor them up. That didn't do anything. Anyway, lesson learned. Don't do your thumb, because whenever you zip your pants on and off, it'll wear out that little edge. Unless you do it low on your thumb. So this is one of the ones I kind of cut to got the sticker too short. So this is all I do. I don't put a top coat on it. I don't do nothing. It works out handy. Like my friend Donna, hers, those color streaks chip off at the tips, and they just run. Well, her nails weren't that great in the first place, but they were probably not. They had a little bit of overgrowth past the tip, not much, but now they're just down below, and they're peeling and stuff. And I've told her it's because of those nails, but she keeps. I don't know if she's buying them or if her sister's just giving them to her. Even if her sister's just giving them to her, my friend, she would feel bad and put money in her checking account. So it's really not. I mean, might be given to her, but still money out of my friend's pocket, because she would feel bad about taking something from her sister, and her sister's not in a good financial position. There we go. See how the effect on these? I can see it's on file and how pretty these are. Let's take these gloves off so we can get something for our short. So aren't those pretty? Even the ones without the heart. See, these looks like it was done with like a little magnet, you know? What's it called? The cat eye with a heart magnet. Okay, guys, that's it for this week. You be good, and be sure and like and subscribe, and watch some of my old videos too. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.